Hello, everyone. Welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios for this edition of YBMcast. Special today. As you see, we have a crew, panel, whatever you want to call it. Right? From St. Charles West High School, the Warriors. Starting down there.
Yeah, Adam.
Adam what?
Caulk.
There you go.
Two-time YBM player of the day.
Two-time YBM player of the game. That's correct. He ain't lying. I love that.
We got Brady Kilker right here. Sadly, still a zero-time YBM player of the day because he has to pitch every time. So,
Matt Box, also a zero-time YBM player of the game.
Brenan Goering, also two-time YBM player of the game. So, not to brag on
Pitching.
So you can see where the love goes for the pitching.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big aspect of the game.
Right.
No, pitching's the hardest position on the field.
Some would argue, but hey, PO lifestyle.
PO lifestyle.
No, I'm kidding. I think catching is.
Catching 100%.
Agreed. Catchers are kind of a little off.
Mm-hmm.
No offense to catchers. You gotta have some kind of disposition to get behind a plate and have somebody chuck baseballs at you all day.
Oh, yeah.
Take foul balls.
Yeah, you
right?
gotta be like psycho.
100%, yeah.
Borderline psycho. You have to have like the mental capacity and be like,
Yeah,
I'm willing to take one off the chest.
Yeah,
like,
I want to sit out in 100-degree weather with catcher gear on all day.
Like I don't even want to sit in the dugout or other less than sitting in the beaming heat and 97 on turf. So
But you got to give them props for it, though. I mean,
Absolutely.
That's the biggest thing. So
Absolutely. Well, as always, YBMcast powered by Game 7 Baseball. Game 7 Baseball.com.
it's a great tournament.
.com. I knew it.
I knew you did. I was trying to throw you that one.
he just tried
interrupted
to
me.
he just tried to throw you an oop,
I missed it.
but road to 1 point missed.
Yeah, road to 1 point missed.
That's all right. You guys have played in Game 7 baseball tournaments, yeah?
We have
Yes,
when
lots
we were
of
younger.
lots
Well,
Yeah.
That's what we grew up on. So.
what was what team were you on?
When I started playing Game 7, I was on Extreme, Rawlings Extreme.
Oh,
Yeah.
How about
So,
you, man?
I was different. So, I played for the same coach, Coach Corey Nesledge, the AD at Kirkwood. So, I played for Coach Corey since I was like 7, pretty much up till I was about 13. And we started off on Team Missouri, and then we did that for a year. Then that switched to Team Retro, and then after that year, it was we got the connection up at the Tribe, and I went from then to Tribe until about 13. So,
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, my dad has, luckily, thankfully, he has coached me since I've been 6, since I pretty much started playing baseball. We started our own team, and then when we were 10, we were like one of the first teams to start with the Midwest Rebels and be Rebel mate, and we've been still there ever since. We've now changed to 5-star, but still through the Rebels and everything. So, yeah.
Midwest Rebels, yeah.
Yep.
Cool. That's right. Because I think I've seen, it's been a while. We've been out at Game 7 for quite some time,
Yeah.
and I'm sure
We've got a lot of teams out there, I think.
Yeah,
good
yeah,
teams.
yeah. How about you,
You know,
Adam?
growing up, I actually played a lot of rec ball. Like I didn't know. I was like I kind of transferred from team to team. But yeah, I mean, I took it serious. Like me and my brother would hit like all the time. But I never really played for like that competitive of a team.
There you go. All right. Hey,
So,
there
all
you go.
different aspects. I
Yeah.
worked
Yeah.
at all different places, which I think is pretty cool about it. So.
We say rec ball, and whatnot. It's curious. Got a bunch of guys, different, ways that you've played up through. Talk to me about when you're playing youth baseball, and or I should say, it's elementary and middle school.
Yeah.
High school, to me, you're all still youthful.
Yeah.
What do you? It's gone all that A, AA, AAA major, boom, boom, boom. What do you guys think about all that?
I'd say I could even say strong opinions about this. From like when you play until 6th grade, you just got to have fun.
Yeah.
Like,
No, we're doing it.
I know a friend, like a couple of my friends who's like actually a great golfer now. He played baseball up until 4th grade, but he was playing 70, 80 games a summer. He was burned out like 6th grade or 4th grade, 5th grade. He quit and started playing golf. But up until about 6th grade, just have fun. You need to play maybe a couple tournaments, maybe like a league somewhere, play a couple games, like 20, 30 games max. And then have fun, play all the sports you can. And then once you get to like 7th, 8th grade, if like, that's what I did. Once you realize that baseball is like what you want to do, then maybe step it up. Like go play super competitively, play it all the time, play all those games over the summer. Before that, just have fun.
Yeah, I think like especially growing up, like the biggest aspect now is you hear all these coaches trying to get as many games in. I think the biggest thing is just like teach them the game of baseball. Teach them how to play it. Try to play every position you can. Hit anywhere in the lineup as you can. Try new things out. Like do not be afraid to. The younger you are, the better it is to do it. So, and then like he said, once you get up to about that 7th grade, 8th grade, if baseball is something you want to do, it's it's going to be a grind all throughout high school. But looking back, I know all of us, I don't think we'd ever look back and make the other decision to not do it. So
Yeah, when I was younger, I wouldn't really say that the game of baseball was the main reason that like most people kept going. Like baseball is fun and all, but realistically, I feel like I was more in it for like the friends and the people I met along the way.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing about Game 7 is like some of these teams like come back and they're like mainly Game 7 type tournaments, and
Sure.
so like I would grow up playing Matt's tribe team. I played his gamers team. The main thing that I took out of it was like I'm meeting these new guys. I'm playing against them. I'm going to be talking to these guys. And that's how you get connections going along life. And
yeah, exactly.
Then you might be high school teammates.
Yeah,
Exactly. And yeah, in high school teammates.
lifelong friendships that you'll have just from like youth baseball, which is crazy. So
My biggest thing is just like, seeing the kids our age now, you see some of these kids commit to big schools. He was one of them, commit to these SEC schools. And, it's always kind of cool to say, yeah, you know what? I played against that kid, or, I played with that kid. So it's pretty cool. Right. It's kind of the, you got to take the moment to step back and kind of look at it and, see how it all played out. But, once you're in that position and you're able to do it finally, it's a pretty cool feeling.
Well, and to your point, I'll get over to you, Adam. Just give me a second here. Because to your point, I thought just in that thought process, me as an old guy here, I started coaching my son, and up through that. And we're getting ready to, we're doing all the coaches' previews and stuff. Mm-hmm. Young man, I don't know if you're aware of him, but his name's Max Spitzmiller. He's the new head coach at Kirkwood High School. Okay. Went to, I think it's the Bearcats Northwest Missouri State or something like, I think is what it is. Mm-hmm. I remember him. He played a couple of years with my son on a team, when they were 11, 12, 13, somewhere in there. And now here he is, he's in his later 20s and coaching baseball. And that connection there, when I saw him, I was like, I know that kid.
Exactly. So.
Right. And I think those are cool things. And the relationships. And, I reach out to him, so Max, come on the show, baby. Let's talk some baseball. And that's a cool thing. You see this young man played baseball through college. Now he's back in the community coaching high school baseball.
Yeah. Right. And that goes on.
It's all it's about.
Oh, yeah. And that goes on to the summer. Even this past summer, going to different out of town tournaments, and, and you're still seeing those guys that they're in the same tournament as you, but you haven't seen them all year. So, getting to sit there and, have a good conversation with them, and right before you go warm up and everything is, it's a pretty cool time, and just, cool moments that you'll remember longer than others. So
absolutely.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, with my rec ball team actually. So a lot of the guys that played on the team go to like Orchard Farm, St. Charles High. So like honestly, a lot of the guys we faced, like I played with them growing up. So that's kind of cool. Just like playing against them, stuff like that.
Do you ever when you're on the mound?
Yeah.
You've seen those guys your whole life.
Yeah.
You want to beat them, right?
Yeah. It's also kind of fun because like you've been playing with them the whole time, so like you never face them, so you gotta get a big smile on your face. I don't know. It's kind of hard to take it serious sometimes.
Adam, you always have a smile on your face. He's the jokester, like so.
Coach Allen can make us do conditioning, and Adam will still have the biggest smile.
He'll
find a way to
somehow find a joke in the middle of it. And be like,
I might say a joke, but I do not like running.
Well, I know he's a dog on the mound.
Yes.
Yeah. Bulldog, if you would say.
Bulldog.
Right?
Brady is known to be a bulldog.
Guys, youth baseball, and you prepare as you're coming up through that, I love the conversation about the relationships and whatnot. And I mean, not to mention, just the families. You guys have been playing in this area, basically your whole lives. Now, high school, senior, right?
Yep.
Senior,
All seniors.
all seniors.
Seniors.
What is this year like for you guys?
Man, it's insane. It's wild. I grew up, didn't go to grade school with any of them. I went to private school. Played basketball with these two actually growing up, and then obviously Brennan said playing summer ball, knowing each other. But to actually get into high school, and I mean, I remember the first class I walked in, and me and him had it together. So high school, you only have 4 years, but it feels like a lifetime. And then you finally get to this moment, and you're like, this is my last high school season. So really just trying to, make sure that we all, stay communicated with each other and just say, hey, don't forget, take the step back, take it all in, enjoy it, and let's do it for a school in our community. So,
Right.
I would say for basketball wise, because I play basketball too,
Mhm.
I'm doing what he said, taking it all in. Like I'm looking at it now, like we got a couple weeks left of basketball, and I'm like, well, I got 2 weeks of ever playing basketball my entire life, so I'm like, I'm doing a good job of taking a step back and taking in every moment. But I feel like for baseball, like I got to look and be like, I'm 11/12 done with my sports in high school. I got 1/12 left in this baseball season, so I can't like let it go to waste,
Exactly. Got to do all we got.
Get it while it's there, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Now, I know, you guys have all. Are you guys wanting to play beyond high school? I know you've had. We'll get to that here in just a minute. And I noticed you're wearing the Utah State shirt.
That's my shirt.
Don't think much of it.
That's my shirt.
Fresh out
Okay,
your-
I'm just
fresh out your
checking.
closet.
I was just checking.
No,
We'll
it's
pop
all
some,
good.
pop some.
No,
I always like to,
Not
it's a
a-
nice story. Okay, but
not
no.
a Utah State guy. Just like
Okay.
the shirt match the pants. So
All right. Just checking.
all good.
But Adam, we've talked, and I mean, you've got a good arm, solid,
Yeah.
you pitch well. What are your thoughts?
Well, actually, I've had an elbow injury, so that does play a little effect into it. But I'm like in between. So right now, I'm either probably going to Most State to be like do business or something, or I'll see if I like get any like interest or offers or. So it's just like I'm in between. But I also don't want to be the kid that like just goes and quits after their freshman year. Like if I go somewhere, I want to be like committed. Like if that, you know what that means?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How about yourself?
So yeah, I've been.
You're gonna go play some hoop, right?
No, hey, I had a road to 1 point series on TikTok. Check it out. But it took me up until what was it, game like 20 that I scored, and I finally scored on a putback. So yeah. But anyways, I've had some interest. I've had a couple D2, D3, JUCO interest. Not still sure where I'm gonna go yet. I gotta see how it plays out. Still talking to a few coaches and seeing, but I'm definitely playing next year. I've got to find where. So.
Are you thinking more about the academic part of it as going here?
And the way I'm kind of leaning towards the JUCO route
Mm-hmm.
because one, I mean, there's tons of benefits there, and with the new rules where it's like you keep your eligibility too. I feel like
That's crazy.
Are you an A+ student as well?
I am an A+ student.
Ah,
So.
See,
It's
to me,
free.
that's kind of a no-brainer,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So
Yeah, I don't blame you. How about you, Matt?
I'm kind of around the same boat as Adam. Last year took basketball off. Actually, I was a big basketball kid growing up too. To work on my baseball and try to get a scholarship. Had some interest and obviously had the interest of playing college baseball my whole life, but I kind of got to about earlier this year, and I started just kind of thinking, having to think for my future, and so I'm fully committed to go academically to Mizzou. Still have my interest open for college baseball. If something comes to me and I really sit down and think about it, and I think it's going to be the good idea for me, then I'm going to go do it. But, I'm on Adam's boat. I don't want to be that kid that's going to go there for a year and, drop it.
Yeah.
Right.
If I'm going to commit, I'm going to commit, and I'm going to go do it until I can. So.
You ever think about doing just the club baseball? Because I know Mizzou's got club
Oh,
baseball.
100%. I mean, there's club sports everywhere
Yeah.
at Mizzou. So just that's my biggest thing. Even if I, stop playing baseball after this year, I'm still going to be an athlete. That's all I've done my whole life is just be an athlete. And any way I can stay into sports and in general, I'm going to stay and do it and just have fun with it.
I always think, if you're going to school, might as well.
Why not? Like,
No, actually,
Why
I
not
would
try?
do some rec basketball too.
oh, yeah, some
That'd
rec
be
basketball.
awesome.
Careful, yeah. Matt Box gets on the court, it's
I'm
scary.
gonna go into some bowling. So.
Oh, yeah, bowling. Don't even get us started.
Right? I
Bowling.
love bowling.
Big bowling guys over here.
Big bowling guys.
Not him.
Oh, I
but-
love that.
Just-
See, because I had a buddy when I did leagues when I was in high school and
Yeah.
stuff, and I had a buddy that went to Missouri State for their bowling team.
Really?
Wow, he got money for
Maybe I'll walk on.
because he was that good.
Yeah. No, it's that's how we are with golf and bowling too. It's just, we gotta, get away from baseball. If baseball's getting too stressful, or even any sport we're playing or anything, like I said, we like to just get together and, go bowl for an hour, or go play around in golf, just to, still be around each other and, still just be boys, but, do something that, maybe do something else that's gonna put a smile on our face too. So
I love that. So if I do a golf tournament, you guys,
we're there.
Oh, 100%.
I'll be the worst one there, but I'll be there.
He can caddy for us.
Yeah, Brady.
Okay. I'll drive the golf
He'll
cart.
drive the golf carts.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, we're there. 100%.
All right, cool.
Mhm.
Well, I know you were committed to Mizzou that whole for quite some time. With all the new stuff coming, it. Did they pull it or did you decommit?
So it was one of those things where,
If you don't mind me asking.
no, it's perfectly fine. It was just a
Already
kind of
asked.
a tough time for 2025s and like committed for D1
Yeah.
baseball because of the rules and stuff. But like I was committed under Beezer, which was the old coach,
Yeah.
of course. He went to Jacksonville State, and so I got offered by them. And then when the new coaches came in, Coach Jackson and them, they one day called me and they were like, "We don't think we've discussed your scholarship and everything like that." And then they lowered my scholarship because now we're for D1. So they were like, "Just let us know how you're feeling about it." And I decided my best option was to decommit and try to find another place. So I'm still trying to find a place.
What are your thoughts on that? What are some of your schools, if you don't mind me asking? If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. But if there's if there are particular schools that you're looking at.
That I'm looking at, the goal right now is to get a scholarship from Eastern Illinois.
Oh, okay.
I have family out there, so it'll be nice to have them come out for a game or two because it's been a while since I've moved to St. Louis. And then maybe at the end of the season, I get like a small D1 in the Missouri area, maybe like Lindenwood or something like that. But I have a couple offers, JUCO, and then I have, weird enough to say, I have 2 HBCU offers, one from Mississippi Valley State, one from University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. But as of now, I'm still trying to explore my options.
Oh, okay. All right. I know Eric Williams went
Yeah.
down to Mississippi Valley
East.
State. Yeah,
Yeah.
from some old East. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
That at least that's a familiar face, right?
Yeah. And their coach is actually a former Lindenwood coach. So
Is he really?
that's how he knew about me.
Okay. Lindenwood's interesting.
Yeah.
We
We have Josh Newell.
Josh Noel.
yeah, baby.
Coach
Coach Allen.
Allen, if you're watching this, you decided not to talk about him, so I will.
Yep. This was the first podcast. since we've been listening.
Don't call him out.
He's calling him out.
No, this is from Coach Allen. He said he didn't want to mention Josh Newell's name because I keep receipts, so he didn't want to.
So we're gonna do it.
So we're gonna do it so Coach Allen doesn't have to.
Exactly.
But Josh Newell's there,
Dog.
coming back from his year last year. He's a standout number one for him this year. He just came off his first win of the season, and it was probably nice to him. We talked to him. We've been friends with him for a while, so
And then, we all four have played with him, and, even if it wasn't on the varsity team, it was in the program. So, watching Josh go from a senior and then go throughout college his first couple of years, it's been an amazing experience to watch. And then obviously go to the games, watch him pitch. It's really cool to see some guy that you looked up to, as a freshman coming into high school. Now he's battling out there on the college level. So it's pretty cool to see. And, like I said, just use him as a great role model because not only is he a great baseball player, he's just a good dude in general.
Yeah, I like Josh.
Yeah,
he's
great.
yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys, it was your all freshman year that
freshman
he
year,
was a
freshman
senior.
year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And from that point, from your well, it's a good segue here into this. You guys have won 3 out of the last 4
district champion.
Yeah.
district championships.
2 of them while we were in. Yeah.
2 of them when we were here,
Well, the
one without.
Last year.
But
Yeah, last year.
Last year fell a little short.
last year,
Fell a little short.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, It was a tough game.
It's a tough game.
Had some things not go our way, and then
It's a game of baseball.
some more things not go our way.
Baseball happens, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baseball is gonna baseball.
So, Adam, are you guys, I mean, you two are the clear, I'm going to say, I'm sure Coach Al knows it. We all kind of know
Yeah.
it. You two are clear 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys got to do to get that district title?
Honestly, just I'd keep ourselves in the game. I mean, probably realistically, we want to keep the other team probably under like 3 runs. You know, we don't have. We have a good offense this year. There's a lot of like questions. But our pitching is really gonna have to like take a big step this year if we want to go far and like make a statement.
We have the depth for it.
Oh yeah, we have like 6 or 7 guys that are solid. Like
Especially, I'm gonna name drop. So
Go ahead.
I mean, this year we had this guy last year, Brody Anderson. He's a lefty. He's grown up a little bit, you know, as a sophomore. Now he's a junior.
Got a lot stronger.
Got a lot stronger, more forceful on the mound. He's about 83, 85 lefty, and he's none of his fastballs, none of his stuff straight. It all moves. All moves.
Sucks to hit against.
So when we really talk about how me and Adam are gonna lead the team, it's not less about the starting pitchers. It's more about the guys that are gonna come in after us and come in the key situations.
That's gonna be our biggest thing.
So like last year, every time I came out in a short like span of time, we had like 1 out to go, 2 outs to go. Our key guy was Low Man Lucas Stahlschmidt. So he comes in after me, and it's not like he'll blow you away because you've seen him, but
he's gonna get the job done.
It's a big change from me to Lucas, and he's a good pitcher. Like
he throws strikes,
consistently
throws strikes.
If you're in the zone,
If
right?
you're in the zone,
if you're in the zone, you get outs.
Right.
I'd say one thing that's really good about our pitching staff is we're kind of all like different. Like,
Yeah.
So like we all have a
Exactly.
unique type of pitching. So it's like just like no one's the same. And there's like few that are like kind of similar, but like everyone's like different.
You talking mainly in as far as delivery with
Just
arms?
delivery,
Yeah,
things
just like-
it's everything. It's just
Like me and BG and like 1 and 2, like we're not the same.
No,
right.
It's different.
Right.
So you're not gonna find somebody pretty much in our pitching rotation that are gonna throw the same pitches as someone else.
And you kind of pitch backwards, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
what
Like
you
I'm
gotta-
confident throwing curveballs first
Right.
pitch, 2-0. I don't know.
Don't tell our secret.
I think everybody knows at this point, dude.
You know, if my opponents will watch this, I'm gonna throw first pitch fastballs this year.
Just know, all of you guys are getting fastballs.
Fastball.
All of your fastballs.
Oh, mercy. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, a lot of the guys, Orchard Farm is young.
Mhm.
You know, Warrenton, though, you guys been battling those guys at Warrenton for the last
They're a tough
3
team.
years.
Uh-huh.
You know, so
Glad to see Ben left. Ben,
Thank you.
I hope you have a good season at ECC, but I'm glad you're gone, man.
now you get to face Carter Martin.
Yes.
Not
Hey.
Good luck with that. No offense, but
We beat them last year, thankfully.
did you?
Yeah, we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, we didn't beat them.
No, we didn't
No, we
beat
didn't.
him.
Yeah, they were.
They
They were.
lost
That was the conference championship. Yeah.
Mhm.
They were
Yeah,
good.
it's
They,
tough.
they had a team on them last year, so
Yeah,
they
they
could
were
definitely
really
play some
good.
baseball.
Yeah, and you know, let's talk about the GAC North a little bit. You know, it's the GAC overall is a good conference, and I think the GAC North maybe gets a little not as much of the pub
Yeah.
from say the South, especially, and then into the Central.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got Timberland now moving to the Central. Liberty's going up to the South.
Holt to North.
Yeah.
Holt is coming down to the north, yeah, and so there's some big changes.
Oh yeah.
You know, is the GAC North just as tough a conference as the South and the Central?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I think so because I mean, you know, even we might not have some of these guys in the GAC North that are going to be hitting 400 some foot home runs every game, but we got guys in the GAC North that are just smart baseball players. You see a lot of just smart baseball players who can tell have really worked on the game for a long time and have perfected their craft and still want to get it even better. So I think that's the biggest thing you see from the GAC North is you just see guys that not only that they just want to play. They want to win. So a lot of competitive guys from I think the GAC North.
I think what's good about the North, obviously, it's smaller schools, which I think the biggest difference is just the depth. Like you look at Francis Howell, for example, they got 4 guys throwing 90 plus. Like if he went to Howell, like he would fit in with those guys. But here we got 1, and then we got 80 as our next guy. So it's like not bad. Like we can still definitely. I think the GAC North is their North's best sport is probably baseball, if I had to say so. But
But yeah, if I were to say something, GAC North really, it's not about like who's got who. It's who showed up that day.
Exactly.
Like,
and that's the greatest thing about it.
GAC North, like our school, we have like 620 students compared to the Howells and the Zumwalds that have over 1.5K or whatever. But we have a bunch of scrappy guys, like
guys that are just gonna get the job done.
It's a bunch of dudes that show up and they play their heart out, and it's like if you're not ready to show up, then some of the North teams
stay home.
I mean, if you look at our schedule, like we compete with a lot of schools that are a lot bigger than us.
Definitely.
Yeah, we really shouldn't be. Like we have no business really competing with them.
I like that about what Coach Allen does.
Yeah,
I think he's 100%. A heck of a good coach, and I think he gets you guys prepared for district.
That's his main goal every year.
I mean, Coach Allen knows it, and I think most of us agree on it. We don't really like to practice that much. We'd rather play.
Yeah,
we want to play. So Coach Allen's going to try to get the maximum.
We got 31 games.
We got 31 games this year compared to like our normal
25
something.
Yeah. So we're gonna be playing a lot of ball this year. And
because you guys were 11-15 last year. That's 26 games. And I know you just people go 11-15. Yeah, but sometimes
our record doesn't play a part on our team.
Exactly. And we ran into some.
You guys you had a slow start last year. I was a little surprised.
We ran into some tough luck too. It was like felt like every game. I'm not making excuses either, but every game. I mean, we were facing every team's ace.
Yeah, Jeff City.
We went to Jefferson City.
4 aces.
4 teams: Helias, Cap City. Who else did we play?
Blair Oaks.
Blair Oaks and not Russell. That was the year before. Pembroke Hill, and we faced all of their aces.
4 aces.
But we forgot
Blair
Southern
Oaks.
Boone.
We
played Southern Boone, and
So,
we faced all aces.
I think that's the cool thing is, and Coach Allen even, he does a great job. It's just, even after a bad game or something like that, playing Southern Boone or something like that, is he still lets us know, hey, Southern Boone,
and it gets us ready.
And it gets us ready. It gets us prepared. So
like we like doing it because
exactly.
we get ready
he says, but Coach Allen, he's the one that's like, look at it. No, they threw their ace. They were scared. They didn't want to put somebody just randomly out there. They're gonna throw who they, thought would have the best chance to beat us. So that's the thing. I make sure we all sit down and think about it. It's just
give us confidence.
Give us if guys want to do that, then let's prove them why they shouldn't.
Well, it's tough because we'll talk about the Blair Oaks program. It's really good. They won state last year in Class 4. Southern Boone, of course, and whatnot. And you're right. Some of these other teams that you're talking about, they're consistently good. But you guys, I think, are in that conversation in Class 4. I mean, you've won 3 out of the last 4 district championships.
Yep.
You're not playing chump change. So I mean. Step back and look, St. Charles West is part of that conversation
100%.
on a yearly basis.
Yes.
And especially still, and I think what I see is the cultivation of talent coming up through. You still got a lot of young guys
100%.
that are coming up
And
that I think could be contributors for you guys this year.
That's going to be the biggest game changer for us. Those sophomores, or even maybe even a freshman that wants to step up and prove to everybody that he could do it. I think that's going to be our biggest thing this year, and especially what's going to kind of win us some of those maybe close ball games is when Coach Allen puts a guy in that maybe hasn't had the opportunity yet. Is he going to do his job and just get it done?
That's the other thing about the GAC North, which I love. Like you get even me as a sophomore, like opportunities. Him as a freshman, he would come up and play defense, and like most of the time he would hit sometimes, but got DH4 as a freshman. But he was playing, and that team won districts and everything, and like we were given opportunities as young kids, and like this year's gonna be no different.
Get the experience, and I think that's the greatest thing. The more experience you can see when you're younger, the more confident you're gonna get when you're older, because you're like, I've already been here. I know what's going on. So
exactly.
I want to say, and I think this is tough because we were talking about pitching, and Class 4 and whatnot, and everybody, gas works, right?
Yeah.
If you can throw mid to upper 80s and into the 90s, it's hard to hit.
Oh
Yeah.
But I think for the most part in Class 4, you're seeing a lot of guys in the high 70s, low 80s, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then why doesn't more guys hit over, 300 and all that?
You know, that's a great question actually. I think it's just, like he said, it's who's going to show up that day. You can have one guy on a team go 4 for 4, and the rest of the team could go, 0 for. You just never know. I think that's the thing about the GAC North that's kind of special is, we've had games, like 2 years ago we played SLU, we put 12 runs up against them, 1 inning. So I think it's just, how's the swing feeling? Who's really taking it seriously in the cages, and you could swing 100 times, but if you take 2 good swings, that's not any better than taking 20 good swings. So who's really locked in and mentally prepared to just go to work and get the job done.
It's the other thing I'll say, and I mean I don't even mean to give him props, but he might not even get at a big school an opportunity. I mean he's like he throws decent, but he doesn't throw like he's not his level of speed. Where he's just as good of a pitcher, I think, as some of the guys in the GAC South or whatever.
100%.
Because, but he just gets guys out.
And it's just, and that goes back to like an IQ thing. You can throw 93, but if you're going to throw 393 fastballs down the middle, someone's going to hit it.
I mean, as a pitcher, I think a lot of people give the hitters too much credit. I mean, hitting's hard. It's about disrupting timing. It's not necessarily about throwing 90 by you every time. I mean, 90 helps, obviously.
Sure.
Obviously. But, yeah, I mean, you don't need to throw 90 to get people out, even the good players.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with you, Adam. I agree. And I think that's why that's why it is so difficult. You get a young man like yourself getting throwing, and listen, 80 to 85, that's still fast.
Yes,
It's coming in quick.
It's not.
Especially when you're spamming curveballs, looks a lot faster.
Right. and I mean, yes, and to be sure, 90, it is what it is. We all know that. And I think but in high school baseball, if you're in that 80 to 85 range and you can spin it, I love that. You keep guys off balance.
Yeah.
Disrupting time.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to get soft contact.
Yeah, I know.
That's
then
why
play defense.
That's why
right?
I mean, even hitting against him, I think I probably have I never strike out against this guy, but I think I probably have 2 hits out of 15 at bats because it looks like your eyes light up and then you see it and then you never barrel it. Every time you can't it's just weak rollovers every time.
I can say I've never gotten a hit off him. He never strikes me out. It's just always a ball in play, and it's always now.
When the lights are on, when we've been there, he usually lights up a little bit more too because he's had some bigger strikeout days.
Yeah, I think when you saw me at Pattonville, I think that was my career high as a sophomore. I think I got 7 or 8.
It's anytime you guys show up and those cameras turn on, Adam Caulk becomes a different breed. So
I want to get the
so show up any home game that you figure out Adam's coming to. I want the light. We need the cameras on. So
just get the cast out there.
get the cast out there. Huh?
Adam will.
He wants to be player of the game.
That's all we talk about.
Always talks about.
Might put in my Twitter.
That's the thing. We're in a race to see who can win more YBM player of the games by the end of our.
And I will say he has a little advantage. He starts as a freshman.
Well, you guys got one last opportunity at the GAC Classic.
Yep.
I want to win that one.
See who pitches that game.
Well,
I think it'll depend on what day it is.
That's
if
it.
it's a
That's
Tuesday or a Wednesday.
That's the question. We don't even know who's
That's-
going to
The
be
funny thing is, what if I throw everyone off and win it as a hitter?
If you hit
Wow, he's pitching.
That's crazy.
He hits 3 home runs out of
If he hits 3 home runs, I'll gladly. I don't care if I throw a perfect game. If he at least hits 1 home run, I'll give
He's
it
got
to him.
it.
So.
He's got it.
We do co.
Yeah. We could get 2 people.
Like
out
rock,
there.
paper, scissors over there.
rock, paper, scissors in the booth.
More intense than the game itself.
Yeah.
Guys, you're like I said, senior year. Coming into this, who are some of give us a couple of freshman names.
Freshman names.
Well, we got one guy so far. I know he's battled some injuries, but we got Caden McInturf for us. I think he plays catcher, first base, but he can hit. One of the things that's cool about our culture is that, during the summer camps, we put on summer camps, and all the high school guys are there.
Oh.
So, we used to watch him since we were freshmen, and he was in, 5th, 6th grade, and he's coming up, and he's, performing at these camps all the time and looking good, so.
Very good. Do you guys think, and I know you've had different roads here, but, as you're looking back at your careers from how you started playing ball, Do you think the baseball has gotten better in the state
Oh,
overall?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, I think, if you really look at it, you see these guys down in Texas, Georgia, down south area usually. I mean, those guys they're dogs. They play baseball all year round. They're on good diets. They're hitting these balls far, and they're up in the 90s. But that's the thing with the Midwest is, we can't play all year round because of the weather. So, I think you've seen a lot of kids, especially in our 2025 class, and then a couple classes above us. I don't think I've ever seen this many big college name commits from this Midwest area. So
I agree.
Yeah, I think it gives I know since colder weather, people are gonna be inside more. I think it probably gives them an advantage in the weight room a little bit.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
weight,
that's the
weight room and arm training. Like
Yeah.
realistically, when you have guys even on the other side of the state, like Sebastian Norman and
Oh, yeah.
and like Tyler Wood,
Tyler,
Jeez.
you have guys out there that they know how to train. Like
Mhm.
when they're training, they get better, and that's when they go to these Super 60 events, and they're putting up top 5 numbers in the country, and you're seeing like 109 exit velos. You
Yeah,
get
what's
Tyler.
that?
You got Tyler.
What did he
Rylan
run?
Mills guy that got like
Yeah,
110 or something.
Yeah.
Rylan Mills,
like
yeah.
111 on
He
exit.
plays at Class 1 Iran
Yeah.
high school.
Really?
They won state, didn't they?
They won state.
Yeah.
And I think they probably will again.
I wouldn't be opposed to saying that. Yeah.
But, and then what did he run, Sebastian? Like a 6?
Oh, he runs like a
or
6.
something
He
like
runs
that,
like a
6'6".
6'5" on the mound. He's like 92. He hits like 107 exit velo. Sebastian, you're insane, man. It's a freak of nature.
He is a dog, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't believe that because I heard about his Super 60.
Mhm.
And that's pretty impressive. And we've had players now multiple times, out of the state of Missouri at the Super 60.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like Titus and
Yep.
People
Trey
like that.
Schneider was
Trey
there
Schneider,
last
yeah.
year, got drafted.
Yeah.
So do we see that again this year?
possibly.
I think
It just happened like a couple weeks ago to a month ago.
Yeah.
But I even had a guy on my summer team get invited to it, and he's an Arkansas commit, righty up to 95. I mean, it's hard to pass up on him, but
I just think the biggest and honestly the coolest thing about baseball that's grown, especially ever since we kind of got to that middle school level and it started getting bigger around that time. But it's just the media that baseball
Yeah,
gets now,
I
and
agree.
all the these events, the Super 60, all these PBR showcases, this podcast and stuff like that. It brings a little bit more culture. I feel like an excitement, to the game. Makes everything a little bit more enjoyable. Kind of keeps people talking. I think it's going to help build relationships and a better baseball community hopefully in the future.
There you go. I love that stuff.
yeah.
Guys, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
for
us.
having us. Fun.
This was awesome. Yeah.
We
Heck
wanted to
yeah.
have the biggest crew.
Biggest crew.
Biggest crew.
Yep.
It's definitely, this is the biggest crew we've had in the studio to date.
And please,
So,
nobody break
Don't
down.
try
We
it
wanna
though.
keep it.
Don't try it though, or else we'll come back.
We'll come back.
We'll come back.
It only works with us four.
Oh,
Yeah.
Don't try this at home, right? You guys
No.
are
Yeah.
professionals.
No, this table won't be as big next time you see it. So
I love it. I love it. Matt,
Yeah.
I mean, and is Carson Quinn kind of, right?
Yeah,
I don't-
he talks a little too much sometimes. I'll give him that.
It's me and Carson on on the business side of the road. We can yap. I think my parents will agree to that one. But
hey, it's the deck of
it's the Deca skills.
It's the
Go
Deca
Deca
skills,
guys.
man.
So,
What is DECA?
oh, we might have to keep this podcast going. Deca is a marketing club that me and him are in, and pretty much it's throughout our school and throughout schools throughout Missouri and
throughout the nation.
throughout the nation. And
Mhm.
so pretty much you compete in districts, and it's like a role play. So you pick a category, a marketing category. So we did entrepreneurship. We're actually
Yeah, we're
partners in it.
actually.
And so you do a role play, you get about like 10, 15 minutes to come up with a role play and do a test, and you can win districts and go on to state. So we're going to state this year, later in March. So
Sweet.
that's held up in Kansas City, and the people that run the whole DECA shebang they do a great job with it up there, and it's a really good way, just like baseball, making connections and, meeting great people that, hopefully you see in the next 10 years that you're like, hey, I remember you. Remember that? That was fun. So
Right.
That's where he gets his talking skills.
that's where we
from.
get the talking from. A lot of yapping.
There's also a crazy amount of baseball players that are in.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
We're actually our second game of the season. Me and him are like the only returning players that are going to
We have like
because everybody else is at deck.
We have like 7 starters that are going to be gone for Deca State.
Coach Allen will win it for you. Promise.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, Coach? There you go. I love that stuff. See, that to me, though, well-rounded dudes here. Not just baseball, academics in there.
Yep.
Marketing, I like because we do a lot of marketing.
Yeah.
You never know, man. You might have to, just saying. All right, guys, thanks a lot.
Sir.
Adam Caulk down there, Brady Kilker, Matt Box, Brenan Goering. Thank you, guys.
Next
Thank you.
time.
Thank you.
Yep.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in. If you like what we're doing, hit the like button. That's better for the algorithm.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll hit it. Don't worry.
Hey,
Please hit
subscribe.
the like.
Bell notification.
Bell notification.
No. We hit dingers around.
Yeah, we
do
do
Oh,
hit
dingers.
dingers.
Yeah.
He
That's
do that.
Yeah, I do hit dingers. Coach Allen hits dingers. We all.
Coach Allen hits dingers. Carson hits dingers. We hit dingers. So.
We hit dingers.
We hit
It,
dingers.
it gets you your notifications for upcoming episodes such
Exactly.
as this.
Why would
So
you
you
not
gotta
wanna
hit
check
the
it out?
dinger.
You not want to watch it. So.
We'll see y'all next time. Everybody have a great day in the Lord. All you pitchers, what should pitchers do, Adam?
Throw strikes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hitters,
Hit
Hit
dingers.
bombs.
Hit dingers.
Dingers.
I'll sing more bunting.
We're eating sandwiches, getting bigger, hitting bombs. Yeah.
Pumping weights, yeah.
we'll see y'all next time.